I'm definitely gonna watch, or only going to watch if I'm utterly bored and can't think of anything else to do.
Let's see if I can get there. I know Ben Rothwell and ba- 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 what's that dude? The Pitbull, Andre Arlovsky.
Really,
Yeah, are
that's
fighting.
kind of fun.
They're fighting. Then you got Alexander Hernandez versus Fernando Trinaldo.
That's also kind of fun.
Yeah, James Vick versus Dan Hooker.
Okay,
Greg Hardy versus Juan Adams.
respect.
Aleksei Olenek versus Walt Harris.
Okay.
And Dos Nachos versus Leon Three
Why do you
Piece
insist on
Edwards.
saying Dos Nachos?
So three.
Why do you hate this guy?
I don't hate him. I'll never ever forget Tommy Toehold. Just Dos Nachos. Hey, Dos
Or
Nachos.
is it because you guys have the same mustache style? You guys,
Yes, Dos Nachos.
you prefer to have the facial hair of Mexican gangbangers.
He stole it from me. He was clean shaven. I was not.
Then he stole your shit, and you were like, "Mm-mm,
Dos Nachos.
can't have my swag, Dos Nachos."
Yeah, I want all the beef, dog.
Oh, that's phenomenal.
Yes.
Okay, so who do you have in that fight?
I'm going to say, honestly, I really like you said, I can't really think of Leon Edwards fights. So I know he pieced up Cowboy.
You had that one.
Yeah,
One time you caught a
he's-
3-piece in the back.
Yeah, so that's what I can think of. But like, you can't after
That's
the.
his most famous fight.
Yeah.
His most famous fight is when he caught a 3-piece in the back
I know.
because Jorge wanted to talk.
Yeah, I know. He messed up Cowboy, but I'm gonna say Dos Anjos just because I think he's like he can like he's not like I don't think Leon is like a guy who's like what's to say it's like Kobe or like Kamaru. So he's not like he's gonna get.
You don't
wet.
think he's on that level?
No, he's not
beat
gonna.
him?
Well, no, just not that style, not that pacing where he's gonna weather him down like that. Where he's just gonna keep going forever and ever and ever from the beginning to the end. It's just swinging and takedowns, swinging and takedowns, swinging and takedowns.
You think that's the only way to beat him?
I don't think it's the only way to beat him, but I think right now, if you want to give him flashbacks and scare him, that's the best way to do it.
You want to give him flashbacks? Remember the last time you lost?
Yeah, last
Felt
yeah.
a lot like this.
Yeah, it felt a lot exactly, and it's just like, oh man, it's just like when you break him, but yeah,
That is honestly a really good way of beating people. Like when people are like, "I'm gonna take you into unfamiliar waters," it's like actually,
that's pretty good.
you might want to take them to the most familiar waters.
Mm-hmm.
Like you might want to take them to like that spot where like they get scared,
Mhm.
like the sound of like a fucking switch being pulled from a tree, how it'll just trigger them, and like they just kind of freeze because they know they're about to get beat, or like like the sound of like a belt coming out of the loops real fast.
Yeah, something.
Like if you give them that feeling, you just hold them down in a certain way, and they're like, "Oh no,
No,
I
it's just like
can't get out of this."
childhood
Like,
memories just
oh,
coming
yes.
back. Yeah, no,
Like,
no.
maybe familiar water is the best water to drown a person in.
Yeah.
Which is a dark sentence, but like I kind of mean that. I kind of mean that.
That's fair. That's fair.
Like it's gonna be easier to drown you in your own pond than to drown you in the ocean.
Yeah, but it's gotta be at the deep end of your own pond.
You're gonna respect the ocean. You feel like that pond's a part of you until you realize that water doesn't belong in your lungs.
No.
You betrayed me again. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh man.
That was a dark, dark place.
You know what's funny? I was speaking.
How we get there? How we get so dark?
Next up, we got Aleksei.
Until you realize the water doesn't
See,
belong in your lungs.
It doesn't belong here right now. What's this?
Oh no.
This used to be air, but now it's not.
All right, let's bring this to some kind of level of sanity and
All right.
and decency, Anthony.
You wanna learn
Replace the decency.
All right.
Add decency to this podcast right now.
Do you want to learn about where the word thug comes from, and the art of the Indian assassins that practice the ancient technique of the strangleholds? I learned about this today.
Wait, what?
Yeah. So apparently, it's like I was listening to like those old timey radio podcasts, and like where they tell us they do those radio stories live, and there's always like those shamases and those like private.
Is this on NPR?
No, it's not NPR. It's just like literally.
Are you
like,
a leftist now?
No.
No, I'm kidding. Go.
I'm
Keep
so
going.
I'm like it's basically like I'm like picking I would listen to all the dumb or all the 1934 like radio dramas for
That's
fun.
awesome.
And because I like when they like get into fights and they're talking about it as they're fighting, like, and then I hit him with a left and then a right and then I put him with a double with a hammerlock. The hammerlock comes up quite a bit actually.
That's the hammerlock.
Yeah,
right there.
hammerlock comes up a lot.
You get that arm behind the back, dog. That's that Hammerlock.
But they were talking about this this ancient religion that worships this god Kali. It's like a Indian god with like 6 hands, has like a necklace of all the men's heads, has like a couple knives in each hand, and it's like the god of creation.
Sounds good.
And like there's like
Sounds good for worshiping.
right. It just sounds really good. But it's just it's ridiculous. Like they were talking about this thing, like, oh, it's Kali. There's this Indian group of assassins that practice the art of strangulations, and they're really good at it, and they're crafty people. And I'm like, oh, that sounds like some really racist bullshit that you'd find anywhere, like in the 1930s. But actually, no, it's like the most accurate thing I've ever heard in my life. There is a god named Kali. There is an assassin called there's a group called Tugs, which comes from the word thugs. They're just groups of like
wait. Are you saying that backwards? So like the word that we use, thugs,
comes from tugs.
Comes from this concept of tugs.
Yeah.
How is tugs spelled?
Let me see. I remember it's like THU. It's pretty close.
That's so awesome.
Tugs.
And it was related to strangulation?
Yeah, basically what it is like it's a group.
Oh my God, Anthony. This is the most fire information of all time. So you've uncovered something beautiful here. So continue.
So Thug-E is like THUGGEE. So that's like refers to the act of Tugs, which is an organized gang of professional robbers and murderers that worship the god Kali.
Yes.
And so like they were like the first ones that did the look up there, put this little rope around your neck and choke you out sort of gimmick. Like they had pictures of them like pointing to the sky, and then like their dude comes up behind them and grabs them with a rope and takes them out, or like gets a knife. Like the way they would do is that they would just come into your group as a traveler and befriend you, and then slowly they would outnumber you, and then they would just kill you in your sleep.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So they would just keep inviting more of their homies over?
Yeah.
Until it got uncomfortable, did they fucking kill you?
Yes.
There are worse strategies, honestly. You can kill a bunch of hippies like that. You can just show up with weed and mushrooms. They're like, oh, you must be cool. And you're like, yeah. Hey, my buddy Tyler wants to stop over. Hey, you care if Jordan comes by? Hey, is it cool if Heather and Mike will stop over too? And the next thing you know, you're fucking just hacking everybody up.
Exactly. Like,
where is my mind today? Why do I want to fucking drown everyone and gather a group of people and kill everyone?
Yeah, there you go. So you gotta get some friends that have the same interests as you. If they can bring the same stuff to the party, you can just mob them.
But that's really cool.
It is. It's actually, and they've influenced like all the Japanese and all the Chinese martial arts. So there you go. We got a little bit of strangulation from India.
Strangulation.
Yeah. So I learned about that today. But
that's awesome.
Yeah. Now to the weird news.
Yeah, hook it up.
So let's start with something not as dark. Oh no. I think
yeah, let's start with something that is not dark.
Let's see, I'll have to pull this one out of my ass because the one I was going to show you is really dark. There is a law official that got fired because supposedly because he celebrates too much Tupac. He has Tupac Fridays.
What?
Yes. So what he would do is like every like Friday he would have like Tupac, like an Iowa official who liked to host Tupac Fridays might have been ousted for liking Tupac too much. So like he would play like music. He would play like he would have like music. He was gonna have like Tupac playing in his office on Fridays, and he made like cookies that would say like Thug Life and stuff like that. And wait. Like I gotta show you this guy
every Friday.
Like every Friday.
Man.
And then let's see.
You can't do anything every Friday.
He does. He loves.
You just can't. Like you can't replace Shabbat with Tupac. Someone's gonna get mad.
Where is it?
You can't replace Hamantashen with fucking Thug Life cookies. It's not gonna work out. They don't even fuck with Kwanzaa. You think they're ready for Tupac Friday?
Like he would send out quotes every week. Like
that actually almost hurt my chest.
There was one that was really good. I can't find it again.
Tupac Friday.
Like,
and you must respect the fact that it's Tupac Friday. Like, it's my religion. So, like, if I have to play this music, you have to let this shit play. And it can't be the edited version because this is art, and this is like the art of my God.
I need to find it so I can just I can show you what this dude looks like, and you can just be like, you could just see like just how ridiculous it is because he's just the like Mr. What's the dude Ned Flanders kind of looking guy.
I was gonna say I really hope he's a very very white guy
That's,
and like hopefully older than me. If he's older than me,
oh
I will
he
be so
oh
happy.
yeah, he definitely is.
Show me.
Oh shit! No! How dare you?
Thank you for reading the Times.
Can I get past this? No, you bastards!
You
You
gotta
ruined.
get past that. You gotta navigate. You gotta shuck and jive.
Yeah,
You know, like black people do.
yeah, shuck and jive and move all about that stuff. No, you went too far.
It's so funny.
But yeah,
I can't believe that's a real story.
it's like he got fired, and they think it's because of that. Like for years, it was the Tupac Friday days for years.
That gray haired guy?
Yeah, gray haired guy.
Yes.
Yeah, he basically.
Oh, dude. All right. I mean, you gotta love this dude just for love you. Like, so you're gonna get fired. Like, if you're crushing it, if you're doing 200% better than everybody else, it could be Tupac Friday every fucking week, and everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, it's Tupac Friday."
Right.
But like, the second that your sales are like 50% below whatever the fuck everybody else's are, it's just not cute anymore. Heck, like Harold and like Harold might need to see a doctor. Like now we're worried about Harold. You know, it's not cool anymore. Like, has anyone spoken to his wife?
Hell no.
What does she think about this Tupac business?
She's happy. She's all for it. She's all for it. It's like
No, I'm just saying, like,
she's hanging with the
but
homies.
if he's balling, everybody thinks it's really cute. But if he's not, it's like, is he mentally ill?
I just want to know what are the Tupac themed cookies? Like, is it like one with a bandana, one with like it's like Doug Life?
They better not be any brown face cookies. That would be very awkward.
A lot of people were happy about it. A lot of people were happy about his stuff, though. They were happy about like the quotes he would send. It's time for us as people to start making some changes.
This is gonna break my face.
It's so great.
I'm gonna have permanent damage on my cheeks because of this guy.
It's okay. I might have to just change it because it's gonna get really dark right now.
All right, let's go. Let's go
All
to the
right.
darkness.
So Marlene Ocha Lopez, death. Mother and daughter charged with murder in baby's death as well. So
Oh Jesus, Anthony, you went all the way dark.
that was like the top weirdest news thing I saw today. Basically, what happened was there's like this very like beautiful like Latino like teenager. She's like 19 years old. She was pregnant, and like she got lured over to this lady's house, and the mother and the daughter killed the lady, then gutted her for her baby, and then went to the hospital. The lady who was like gutted was 9 months pregnant, and she was due soon. So they took her, brought the baby to the hospital, pretended to be the daughter pretended to be the baby's mother
Whoa.
for about 4 weeks while the baby was getting treated. The baby died, and yeah, basically like that's what's going on right now.
All right, so they kill this woman.
Yes.
They steal this baby. They
Yeah.
take it to the hospital, and they're like, "Help my baby."
Let's be very clear
So
here. They
they're-
didn't steal the baby. They cut it out of her.
I understand.
Yeah.
So they cut the baby out of this woman. They murder this woman
Yeah.
and steal the baby from the woman's womb.
Yeah.
They take that baby to a hospital, and they're like, "Help my baby.
Yes.
Help my granddaughter."
Yes.
And the hospital's like, "Of course." And so they take this baby, and then 4 weeks later, the baby dies. And at that point, or probably during this entire process, while they're trying to keep this baby alive, they probably have blood samples and DNA, and they know that this baby is not related to these people. And so they try to figure out, how did this baby get in the hands of these people?
Yeah.
And they figured out that this murder is taking place. Or did they know that the murder had taken place already?
No, they had no idea the murder taking place. They had no idea the murder taking place like until like maybe like I think like 2 weeks in, and then there was an investigation done to like I think somebody to come in. They did blood tests, and then like within about
Yeah.
the fourth
See,
week,
so before the baby died, they knew.
yeah, they knew.
Yeah, dude, that's fucking dark.
Yeah, and the worst part about it is they keep getting bills. The people whose like actual baby it is, they keep getting bills sent to them from like, but like addressed to like the murderers, like addressed to the murderers. So like it'll be like I'm the murderer and it's your baby. It's like Anthony Myrtle's boy.
Oh my
this
God.
is the death. This is like the bill you have to pay. It's $300K. Pay up.
That's fucked up.
It's dark. Yeah. So
That's fucked up. All right, so So are these women already arrested?
Oh,
And
they're already arrested. Her the mom, the daughter, and the daughter's
so they're not
boyfriend.
on the run or anything.
No,
They're
no,
already
no.
been caught.
Now they're caught.
Man, that is fucked up. Are they both just severely mentally ill? Like,
They
how
don't
did this?
they
How
don't go into like if they're mentally ill or not. They kind of look a little mentally ill.
they kind of look a little mentally?
Yeah. Yeah, they look a little mentally
They
ill.
got that illness look to them.
Yeah, they look like they're a little bit mentally ill. Yeah, you can just tell there's something. I'm not gonna use what every other people say. I'm gonna say it looks something's just off.
Okay, I will take your word for it.
Yeah,
And you have a final piece of dark news, or was that the dark?
that was the darkest of news.
Good.
Yeah.
I was worried that it was gonna get darker.
No. Oh, we can have one quick thing. You think
Okay.
Conor McGregor versus
Masvidal?
is gonna happen?
I don't know. I think if it's gonna happen, it should happen soon,
Yeah.
while he's still as hot as he is. And by he, I mean Masvidal.
Yeah.
But I don't know exactly what's in it for Conor. I see what a huge opportunity it would be for Masvidal,
Mhm.
and I think that it would be an entertaining fight because both fighters are entertaining.
Yeah.
And but I don't know if there's enough on the table for Conor to risk it.
Yeah.
And it's a risk. Masvidal's a dangerous guy. And it's at a heavier weight than he really needs to be fighting at.
Yeah.
So it's like risk reward. It's like how much cheddar's on the table, and like he has to. And it sucks to be like, oh, you have to consider if you lose, but you have to consider at that level if you lose, how much value do you have as an athlete? Like he still has value.
Yeah.
He'll still get endorsements if he loses fights. Like he could lose. It doesn't matter. Like
Mhm.
he'll still be rich, successful after that loss, right? But in terms of like real draw power as a fighter, he needs to win fights.
Yeah.
And does this help him if he loses? I don't know if it does.
No, but
So I would say it doesn't happen, but it's a fun conversation.
yeah, I did like the whole pro wrestling breakdown by Chael Sonnen and how
Did he say it's heel versus heel?
he said it's heel versus heel, but he says if you look at Connor's Instagram, he looks like he's ready to do a heel turn. So 'cause he's all very baby.
But like he's gonna do a babyface turn?
Yeah, because it's like he's for the last 6 months he's been very much the different person than he was like a year or 2 years ago.
Well, all right. Well, you got to consider there was a tremendous amount of heat on him,
Right. Yes, a lot.
right?
Yeah.
There were allegations that were loosely out there. Nothing really ever firmed up of those,
Right.
to my knowledge. But there were some really dark allegations out there,
Yeah.
and they still are looming out there.
Yeah.
And I have no actual knowledge, just to be clear,
Mm-hmm.
like of whether or not these allegations are true or false. I have no fucking clue.
Right.
But they were out there, so it made sense that he shaved the beard and started trying to babyface it up a bit. Right? That made sense. It was a good move. And he had the things that people knew about, like he like crushed a camera and shit. Like he was
Yeah.
lightweight wilding out. Like he was wilding out.
Yeah.
So
He's rough.
it's about time for a babyface turn.
Mm-hmm.
And he was a babyface the whole way up.
Yes.
The whole way up, he was a babyface. Up through beating Jose. That was all babyface. Even like heelish things,
Mm-hmm.
that was like Stone Cold Steve Austin babyface.
Right.
Right? Like you're yelling in his face, you're tearing up pictures, you steal the belt. That was seen as the babyface, the underdog doing
Yeah.
wild shit. Right? But once you're the man, now when you're being heelish,
Mm-hmm.
it's heelish.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Once you make $100 million in a loss, right?
Yeah.
Now, when you show that money, that's heelish, right? That's
Yeah.
heelish. So, like, I'm sure he's aware of these things, but like the babyface turn is something that you have to do. You have to go heel babyface. Everybody knows this. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills sometimes when I try to talk about this to people. Like, but when Chael says it,
It's magic.
he has enough status. Well, he's smart enough to see it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And he has an audience.
Yeah.
He has an audience. So like, but of the people with an audience, I think only him and Ariel really see the value in it.
Yeah.
I think everybody else thinks it's annoying and not a part of it, and like it's too much like pro wrestling. It's like
That's the reason
you
why.
sound like a fucking mark.
Yeah.
When you say that, you sound like a fucking Mark who hates money.
Yeah.
That's what you sound like. That's what you sound like.
That's
so.
what a lot of people are.
That's
what a lot of people are.
That's just that.
That's what a lot of people are.
Anthony,
Darren,
we're middleweights.
you're sleepy.
We're middleweights though. 185.
Yes, we are. We are 185s.
And maybe I am sleepy, Anthony. Did you see me? Did you see me holding my head up?
Yeah, I did. I know.
Look. Don't judge me.
Okay. we all have our
I was trying to be a good boy. I was like, I'm gonna stay home and like get some rest.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
didn't work. It didn't work. So that's the lesson.
Yes.
The lesson is don't attempt to get rest. The lesson is
No. The lesson is when you leave like whenever you thought you should have left the dogs outside for, leave them out there for an extra 20 minutes
Because-
longer.
you don't get any stories that are worth telling that way. Like the stories that you got was about poop and it's not the
Magical
best story.
cats.
Had I gone out, I probably would have had a much more fun story that I probably wouldn't have told on the podcast.
This is
But
true.
I didn't. Instead, I attempted to rest and failed.
Yeah.
Lesson learned. Be the bad guy.
Be the bad guy.
Go full heel.
Yes. The heel turn.
Anthony, oh God.
Yes.
It's so tempting.
It
It's
is.
so tempting. But I'm going to try to remain a character babyface for as long as possible.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
All right. I'll talk to you soon. Goodbye, Internet. XOXO.